T guitar. Today we're doing Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. This is just a classic song, 1981 release as a huge single, and also the opening track to Tattoo You. But this song has some early versions dating back to 1975 and the late 70s as well, and there's a reggae sound to it, and it had like a backbeat, you know. Never stop. So pretty interesting stuff. Of course, now we know it as the rock and roll classic that it is. So the Rolling Stones tended to just jam these things out for a while until something really stuck. And this song, I think they jammed it for hours and hours, right? So just a lot of fun to play, and it teaches us about some nice riffs in Oepn G Tuning. And I want to spend a minute to talk about Oepn G because it's three of the strings on the guitar in standard tuning are already in an Oepn G tuning, so to speak. Meaning the D, G, and B strings, that actually already spells a G triad. So, the guitar, I argue, is more so in G than in E, even though we have the open E strings on a guitar. For G, you pretty much just tune the low and high E's to D and the A string to G, and you're in Oepn G. But the three strings here are the same, so that's actually a triad move we can do in standard tuning if I just played the fourth, third, second strings. So, you wouldn't have the bass going unless you tuned that A to G. So you could play this in standard, but I think it's obvious that it sounds a little more full with the open tuning. And yeah, it's just a couple sections, so we'll cover that. So remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon, the thumbs up, and let's jump on in and learn this. All right, so let's get into Oepn G tuning. I kind of briefly talked about it in the introduction there, but we want to tune, our high and low E strings to D. Okay. If you just did that, that would be double drop D. Obviously, that's not what we're doing. So we have to tune the A string down to G. You have this beautiful Oepn G chord. Fun fact, the banjo is in Oepn G, so, it has some useful chord voicings. John Lennon actually learned banjo chords first before guitar chords, and you can see some of his chord voicings reflect that. So, not a bad idea to get some Oepn G chord voicings going. All right. So we're going to start with obviously this main riff, which is the verse. So we want to bar the 5th fret on the first 5 strings of the guitar. We don't need the bass. And that's because the root of this first chord, which is C, is right here on the 5th string. So we're going to bar the 5th fret with our first finger all the way down from the 5th to the 1st strings. Okay? And you go down like that. I would just barely mute the 6th string with your index finger. Then we're going to go to 7th fret, 4th string, and 6th fret, 2nd string. And that's going to be our F chord. We're actually in the key of F for this song. Okay, so we're going to go down and then up and then down. And it's really important to mute after that, because if you don't, it's just a different type of sound and kind of a different song by that point. So you'd want to go down, up, down, mute. The space is very important. It's just the drums during that sort of space right there. So really cool. Try to get all 5 strings. And you can throw in a couple muted strums if you want, like I did there. Okay, now we're going to, so that's the first part. Down, up, down. Now we're going to go down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right? So the first part is down, up, stop. And then down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now I'll talk about the left hand. Down without the 2nd and 3rd fingers. Then put the 2nd and 3rd fingers down for the up, down. Then release, up, down. Then back on, up, down. Okay. Now our second part. all downs, so more of a rock and roll strum pattern here. Down, 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 down. But we're gonna go, again, same move. We're gonna add 2 frets above on the 4th string, 1 fret above on the 2nd string with our 2nd and 3rd fingers. You can palm mute it, I'm not, but I'm basically focusing on the bass strings as much as I can. So this is gonna be on the 3rd down is when we put our 2nd and 3rd fingers down. It's like a B flat chord here, but we're adding a quick sus sound to it. So it would be down, down, and then put the fingers down, and then release. So it's quick. Repeat. Let's do that all a little bit slower, okay? So that would be wait, repeat. 3rd, 3rd, 2nd, 3rd. Okay? The bass line does that sometimes. You can throw that in if you want, like this. I find it's just best to just focus on just that one guitar part. Okay, for the chorus, after this, 2, 3, 4, 1. Really cool stuff here. So because we're in an open tuning, we can just keep a bar going for every major chord. So we're gonna go from C all the way up to F. You could just go, make a poor man cry, C to F straight. And I guess that is structurally pretty much what's happening. That would be all 5th fret and 10th fret, but they're doing this nice little walk up to it. So it's like, it's 7th, it's all the way to 10, all right? You make a poor man cry, kind of slide it up. Then on the way back down, 8 to 7 slide, and then back to the C chord. And I'm basically just going down up on an 8th note groove. We're not really focusing too much on the 7th fret because it's very quick. See? So if you were to think of it as the beats, we're anticipating the F. And again, the rhythm is the hard part of the song, not the chords themselves. So it's like 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and. It's always in the and. Okay? So that's 3 times of that. After 3 times, that's when he says, spread out the oil, all that stuff. So, spread out the oil. So, it's just like down, up, and then put the fingers down for the chord, down, up, repeat. So it's spread out the oil, repeat that 3rd time, and then you go 8, 7, 8, 7 for when he says mean, mean machine. Back to the riff. So let's do the whole chorus. 3, 4. You make a poor man cry. You make a poor man cry. 3rd time. Here it is, out the oil, the gasoline, and a 3rd time. Slide down, back to the riff. Let me show you a little bonus stuff here. If you wanted to play this song somewhere else, you could do it here. Or like take a solo, for instance, if you're jamming with somebody. That would be the same thing, a C to F triad, but 10, 9, 8, 10. All the way to 10. And then a B flat. Recognize this shape? This is like if you were playing an E bar chord in standard tuning. So it's still there, but we just have to move the root up 2 frets. Okay? Same thing here. You could do it C, 2012 to 3213. So it'd be kind of fun challenge to sort of try to play this song in other areas. It's kind of daunting with an open tuning, but it's possible. All right. So have fun with this and enjoy.